So, as we know, the environment we're in is very, very turbulent, very sensitive, is another word I might use. And I wanted to talk about two words that I think we should all really utilize right now. And those two words are empathy and understanding. Okay? Empathy meaning, put yourself in the other person's shoe and really come from their perspective. Maybe try to understand their perspective. And that would be, the next word, understanding. Take a moment to understand what your opposition is saying. They might not agree with you right now. You might not agree with them right now. And that's okay. What I want to talk about real quick is the injustice that's still around, which is hard to believe in the year 2020. And if you know me or if you're watching my YouTube channel, you can tell I'm brown. All right, I come from a very mixed background. My father's side is very European, British and Dutch. My mother's side is very brown. Okay, my mom's from the Philippines, and they've got a lot of Spain and Chinese blood mixed in. So I'm quite the mix. All right, and especially in the summertime, which we're coming into, I can get very dark. And I feel fortunate. I live in the United States of America. There's a lot of other countries that I definitely do not want to live in because of their current situation. And I'm fortunate. And I'm also fortunate I live in Utah where I really don't feel like I've been harassed or prejudiced towards. I don't know if it's because I conduct myself differently. I don't know if it's because I'm a I have a bigger body that maybe might intimidate someone. I have no idea. I just feel fortunate that I haven't felt it as much. I'm not saying that I haven't at all though. Okay, I have had some racism my way, but not a lot. And I think it was at a younger age, and it was also probably a different time back then. Right now, in the year 2020, I don't really notice it. However, I do believe that it's still out there. I do believe that some of these deaths were unnecessary. And we need to do better, right? We need to do better because it is 2020. I know that I'm mixed. I think that the longer time goes on, most people are going to be mixed, in my opinion. You can only imagine my baby, very mixed. All my mix, and now adding my wife in there, who's from Mexico. So I think that's the future. Crazy as it might sound, I think the future is a lot of mixed heritage in our blood, and maybe that's just better. Maybe that's something that's better for us because maybe we'll understand other cultures better. I don't know. But I want to talk about the idea of what's happening of, for example, Black Lives Matter. Now, when I first heard that term, I believe it was after the death of Trayvon. And I was a little annoyed by it because they were out in the streets blocking traffic. They were kind of up in your face, and I think it was the way it was organized is how I didn't like it. And then I heard this black sheriff on the TV. I can't remember where he was from, but he was actually also putting down the Black Lives Matter group and saying, no, all lives matter. And that I could get behind. That I was like, I can get behind that. All lives matter. And right now, people are saying both, right? Black lives matter, all lives matter. And for some reason they're clashing, but in my opinion, they're on the same team. Okay? And when someone says all lives matter and you want to say that that person's part of the problem, I think you need to disagree with that ideology and say, no, thank you for saying all lives matter, which means all of us matter, but I want you to understand this awareness we are bringing to Black lives and the circumstances that they are dying in. Okay? So I like to look at both sides all the time. Whether I agree or disagree with it, I still like to look at all the sides. When Black Lives Matter is said, it's because we're bringing an awareness to that cause, to the circumstances that these Black lives are being murdered. Okay? When all lives matter is being said, they're on your side. If you attack them, they're going to want to fight back. I think you need to say, thank you. Let me explain to you why we're bringing an awareness to this. And I'm talking from personal experience. Okay? Someone did that. I was saying, yeah, but all lives matter. And they said, no, Derek, you're right. But we're bringing an awareness. And then it clicked. I said, oh, I see what you're saying. And now that I see the Black Lives Matter is a little bit better organized, I can be an ally for that because that person didn't attack my opinion. Okay? And I think if we attack others, we're going to keep that divide. All right? We need to have empathy of what that person is saying, and we need to have an understanding of the opposition. Your opinion is only true to you. That's your opinion. That's your truth. And you might have a different opinion than someone else. In fact, you do have a different opinion than someone else on a topic. And that's okay. It is totally okay to have different opinions. And it's also totally okay to change your opinion like I did in this example. Okay? It's totally okay to change your opinion. Your opinion is only based on your understanding today, your current knowledge, your current experiences. And from that, you form an opinion. And when you open your mind up and you hear others' perspectives and you have empathy for where they're coming from, you have an understanding of what they're trying to say, that gives you more information, more knowledge. And that can change your opinion. And that's okay. It's okay to keep your opinion. It's okay to change your opinion. And it's okay to have different opinions. And I think people are being closed-minded to that. A lot of people are trying to say they're open-minded, that they're woke. But in reality, they're being closed off to the opposition. When you shut someone out because they think differently than you, that's very childish. That's what children do, right? When someone thinks differently than them, they argue, they fight, they shun. But what adults need to do is have a civilized discussion. And at the end of the discussion, it's also okay to change your mind and also to agree to disagree. All right? And I think if we have that understanding, if we have that empathy, we can get back to healing, get back on the same page. What I'm worried about is that in this year, we have an election year. And with a lot of people trying to unite and be on the same side right now and to end racism and end prejudice, I'm worried that it's going to spark up again during this election. And I'm warning you, don't let it do that. All right? It's okay if someone has a different opinion than you. It's okay if you hate a certain candidate. It's okay if you love a certain candidate. But maybe also keep in mind that that person is not going to really impact your entire life. They might impact moments of your life or small bits of your life, but to think that a single person in an office is really going to affect your whole life is a loser mentality, in my opinion. Okay? I think you need to be in control of your life. You need to be in control of your household, and if you can get that place in right order, then things will kind of fall in place. And I'm really worried that the turbulence of this year will continue if we don't just start having some empathy and some understanding for our fellow humans. Now, what's going on in society is justified in the protest, in the peaceful protest. What's happening with the rioting is again childish, and unnecessary. And we need to do better, and I know we will do better, and I hope we do better, and I hope we stop having hate in our heart, and we start opening our minds and opening our heart, and I think everything will be better. My love to all of you, my peace to all of you. Take care.